Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a minute, but I thought we kind of chit chat really quick while I go over this foundation. There I go with like the Uggs and stuff. And this has been like a controversial foundation right about now, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just do the review anyway because maybe some people want to see a certain color on somebody, so I figured I would do a review anyway. And this is the BeautyBlender Bounce Foundation. And I'm going to be honest, this won't be a first impression because I wore the foundation on Saturday. I went to the Jay-Z and Beyonce concert and I wore this foundation. Now, when I put it on, it looked okay. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty good match. And I picked up the shade 4.20. And I believe that was for deep with warm undertones. That was the description of this shade. And this is what the packaging looks like. You guys have probably already seen it on 1,000,001 videos. But the packaging is really unique, really pretty. So supposedly you just drip the foundation out on this little, almost like a palette, and you work with the foundation from there. Now, when I finished putting the foundation on, it almost, to me, looked like there was a cast, like an olive cast, just from looking at it. Sorry, I'm looking down in the monitor, but it just looked like it was a cast. So, of course, I was thinking this probably wasn't the shade for me, but I'm going to apply it. Now, I used the BeautyBlender the other day, but it was okay, but I don't really have a damp one right now. This one is kind of dirty. I do have this little stuff that you should use if you want to dampen it over again. So I'm gonna just spray some of this on here. It's supposed to like use it just if you want to wet your BeautyBlender over again. It's some, oh, it tastes like that in my mouth. Reactivate by BeautyBlender, but I think it came in like a little kit or something that I picked up from somewhere. But basically, you just take the little side right here and you unlock the button. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You like unlock this little button right here. And that's what allows you to get the foundation out. So you just pump the foundation. I've already used it. So this is what the color looks like. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the color. So you just put your BeautyBlender in here and then you start applying it. Today I put on some color corrector because I didn't do that before. I'm supposed to be using my mirror, but I didn't do that before. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the color looks pretty good once I first put it on, but it's like when it settled, it looked like, so I'm just dipping back in on the little palette. It looked like it was a grayish color on me, so I don't know if it was the lighting or whatever, because once I like bronzed my skin and everything like that, it actually looked better. So everybody was telling me that my makeup looked good. So I know you guys probably don't want to hear anything necessarily because everybody keeps talking about it as far as the shade range for this BeautyBlender foundation. I don't really know how many shades it is. I really didn't go into all of that or get any specs, but there's something like 32 shades, maybe 32 shades. And of course there weren't a lot of fair shades, and then there weren't a lot of deeper shades, which of course I know people feel a certain kind of way because they're like, it's 2018, brands should be more inclusive, but most of the time it's the same brands that are the ones that are inclusive, and all of the other brands are not. Like, I I guess I really didn't pay much mind to it. Of course, in the drugstore and stuff, you get angry because you're like, why can't I never find my shade? They always make a whole bunch of light shades. But when it comes to us, women of color, we don't have a lot of shades. And I guess the drugstore is trying to do better with that. But, I mean, but see, the foundation looks really nice. I'm going to try to turn this light down a little bit. There we go. See, the foundation looks really nice. It's easy to apply. It looks nice on the skin. And again, this is shade 4.20. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, why'd you purchase the foundation? You're supporting them and they're not thinking about us women of color. But, I mean, even if you make 40 something shades and you have an even range, that still doesn't mean everybody is going to find their shade. Granted, I would have thought if you come out with more than 30 shades, you can put a certain amount of shades in each category, like a fair, a light, medium, deep, fair, light, medium, tan, deep, things of that sort. So it's like it always, I don't know, it's always been like that. That's like with Maybelline. Maybelline, it's like certain foundations come out and some only might have a small range of shades, where that same brand comes out with another foundation that has 50 shades. So like Maybelline, for instance, they came out with that stick foundation with that little incy wincy piece of foundation in it. And you only had, I don't know, is it like 12 shades, 15 shades? I'm not sure exactly, but there aren't a lot of shades in that. But then you have the matte and poreless, Maybelline matte and poreless, that has a wide range of shades, and they gradually keep putting in shades to increase the shade range. Just like with the 24-hour foundation, I initially picked up 334 warm sun. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent because this isn't about BeautyBlender, but I picked up 334 warm sun, and then the Super Stay foundation came out with more shades, and I was able to get my same shade that I have in matte and poreless, which is 340 cappuccino. So it's like, granted, BeautyBlender came out with a foundation, and I know us women of color are probably going to be like, she shouldn't wait, we shouldn't be an afterthought. And yes, I totally agree. But now you put it out there and you try to put out that you were gearing it more towards Latina women, but like I've heard people say, there are other Latina women that are of a different complexion. They might be fairer, they might be deeper. I have an aunt who's of a Latina background, and she's, my complexion maybe a little bit darker. So you have to take in consideration, like, you need to take your time when you're bringing out a foundation, especially nowadays because of all the controversy with shade range. Wait until you can put out enough shades to please majority of your audience, not just what you feel will fit this range right now, because some people get left out, where us women of color might feel like, well, we're always left out. So that's just my 2 cents on that, because I feel like this is a very good foundation, and I think us women of color would like to use it too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lock it back, and that's that. But I really like the way it looks on my skin. Let me see. You guys see? I'm gonna try to zoom in it. See? Sorry. But yeah, I really like the way it looks on my skin. If you guys can see it, it's just so bright. But I really like the way it looks on my skin. I tried to turn the light down, because in the monitor it looks one way, and then I look in the viewfinder and it looks a little bit different. But I like the foundation. But I am, aside from me doing all that talking, it feels really good on the skin. I didn't notice a lot of transfer. I've been trying different primers. Today I used, what did I use? I used my It Cosmetics like serum, and then over top of that I used the Covergirl line smoothing primer, and that was it. And I color corrected with my MAC Peach Luster highlighter thing. That's like a color corrector. But I'm gonna go and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back with my thoughts again, or just so you guys can see the makeup. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and this is my finished makeup. Of course I didn't do too much. You guys already saw my eyes beforehand, but I just added my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, the Sculpting concealer, and I just used a NYX contour stick to do my contour. But I'm looking down here in the mirror, and everything looks nice. For me looking in the mirror, everything looks nice. It looks natural. The foundation is a really, really decent foundation. But of course, here we are again at everybody doesn't have a shade, so everybody can't try the foundation. I probably won't use the foundation on the channel anymore, because most of the time when I do foundation stuff, it's on a new foundation, so you don't actually see me using it again, because I mainly focus on the video. And I know I said I was going to do foundation Friday, so I might do a different foundation on Friday, but I wanted to go ahead and do a video on this BeautyBlender foundation and just get it out of the way and be done with it, because I know how everybody's feeling about BeautyBlender right now. But overall, I think it's a really good foundation, and if people still want to try to support them if they come out with new shades, then I would definitely recommend the foundation. It feels good on the skin. My skin feels light, and it doesn't feel like I have a ton of makeup on. I don't feel like I have cake face. The concealer blended beautifully with the foundation. I don't have any complaints, really. It looks really, really nice on my skin, and I'm hoping that these companies coming out and bigger influencers basically showing you that they don't want to support your brand, or they don't want to buy your products or purchase your products. Granted, they get sent the products and they show their opinion, that this will make them realize that they need to do better as far as inclusivity. Again, inclusivity with everybody. Everybody wears makeup. Men, women, actresses, actors, theatrical people, they all wear makeup, and everybody needs to be included. Even if you have shades that blend into other skin tones, like this might be this skin tone, but when I use it, it still might work for me. You have to think about things like that when you're making products, because everybody's gonna feel a certain kind of way about that, and right now people are using their platforms to speak on that. So these brands need to embrace that, and don't try to jump out there and be on the defensive end. Just fix it, and that's all you need to do. Don't jump out on the defensive end, and then granted you want to acknowledge it, but just apologize and say that you'll try next time. You don't need to justify it with something, but you're saying you want to include other people, you want to include everyone, but you don't include everyone. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. But as far as the foundation goes, I like the foundation. So I will catch you guys in the next video.